Well, Dobre Dean. Welcome to Welltris. Oh yes. A lot of people think that Tetris clones, well, are sequels. Well, this is the true sequel to Tetris. It is Welltris on the Amstrad CPC. This is written by Alexei Pachinov himself, with the help of Andrei Sinov, way back in '89, as the true intended sequel to Tetris. I'll set the speed a little bit faster here because it's a bit slow when you set it to 1. And off we go! Yes, sorry about the zero sound. There is not much sound and no music, unfortunately, on the Amstrad CPC version. Not sure if there's anything on the Spectrum version either. But Welltris is, well, it's a well. That's exactly what it is. It's a well, and you're dropping the tetraminos, some more familiar than others, down your well, and forming them at the base of the well. So the board now is the 8x8 squared grid at the bottom, and the pieces now fall from all 4 sides of the well. So it's kind of like the board's in 3D, and you're looking like the top down, and the tetraminos are still in 2D, but coming down all 4 sides, and you can change, obviously, you can spin them, rotate them as normal, but you can also move them around the sides of the well, such as this, which is easier said than done. It is, and it's an interesting game. Certainly, you get some odd tetraminos in this, like this. This is just a 2-block one. Hasn't got the same range of tetraminos as a normal Tetris does. It's got all the standard blocks. The 7 original standard blocks are in there. They're included. The right S, the left S, the left L, the right L, the straight, the block, the T-shape, and I'm forgetting one. No, I'm not forgetting one. Oh, sod it. I've got a line out there. Anyway, you can see it blanks that side of the well out there, so I can't use that side now. Not for the time being. It will clear. I haven't determined exactly how and when it clears. It seems to clear itself after a certain number of drops. 3 drops, I think. And then, for some reason, the blocks can move around. If they're fallen into the trapped in the white well when it whites out like that, they will move into the board automatically. As you can see, this one here is just going to blip down. When that clears, that block trapped at the bottom will move down into the board. So it takes a while to get used to, because you can complete lines and doubles and triples and Tetrises, of course, in the box at the bottom in any direction, so up to down or left to right. So it's difficult to achieve a Tetris actually, unless you're concentrating on one side. But because you get like these 3-piece tetraminos, this small one here and the one before, and the 2-piece one, you just want to complete the lines around like that, you see. And of course the blocks are just floating in air, it seems. So this is on the CPC. It came out originally on the PC DOS and on the Mac as well, back in '89, and it also made an appearance on the Atari ST, Amiga, and the good old Specky. Various different publishers ported it over. The Amstrad version is ported over by Infogrames, on license from Bulletproof, the original publisher of Tetris on the original Game Boy. And I think it was coded by Doka. But like I said, this was written by Alexei Pachinov himself. It wasn't a clone. It wasn't someone who'd just taken the Tetris and messed with it. It was from the man himself. Not quite the same amount of not quite the same amount of pronunciation, should I say. Not quite the same amount of success, I would assume. A lot of people forgot this game even was out there, which is a shame, because it's certainly innovative. It sticks with the basic ideas of Tetris in the same way. It takes so long to level up on this. So long. I wish I'd have started on a half faster speed now. It will start levelling up when I get a bonus piece, which then chucks out another random piece, a 5 block piece. Let's turn this over. Yes. And when that 5 block piece drops, that's weird because you're not expecting that at all, especially if you haven't got the room to put it in. So, yeah, it's a kind of a forgotten little gem, this, I suppose. I've certainly never seen it being played since I had it on the Spectrum. I did never have it on the Spectrum. How dare you, Novabug, you sacrilegious person, you, on the Amstrad CPC. I blame my Spectrum buddies now for putting that word in my head. Yes, I'm looking at you, Lawn Boy and Monkey Spaz. Oh, I'm never going to live that down, am I? Oh, nice double there. And that's the only sounds you get, unfortunately. The only sounds you get in this are when you complete a line, or when a side gets blocked up like that. But like I say, I'm not sure about them. Sometimes they seem to unblock before 3 other Tetraminos have dropped. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I suppose what is awkward about this game is its control system. You can use this on the keys, cursor keys, and enter to rotate, I think, space to drop quickly down. But you can't. Unlike Tetris, you can't manipulate the block when it gets close to the board. So when say you want to slide it in under another block, you can't. It doesn't seem to do that. Once it's in the grid at the bottom, its movement becomes very restricted. You can rotate it, but moving it around becomes very tricky. Near enough impossible, actually, sometimes. And what doesn't help, nice. What doesn't help is that when you're rotating the pieces round the well, like there, your direction changes. So if you press down to go down there, once you get to the blip, then you need to press right after 2 of the squares have passed into the next wall. If you follow, it's quite an awkward control system. It's difficult to explain. Takes a while to get used to, certainly. It's certainly not as straightforward and as easy to grasp as Tetris. I think that's probably what lets it down. The fact that it's not the sort of thing you can just jump on board with. It takes a little bit of thinking. I suppose it's a little bit easier in a way as well to complete lines and Tetrises at the bottom, because you've got 4 sides coming at you. As it gets faster, I'd imagine I don't imagine, I know it does. As it gets faster, it gets more and more tricky. But it doesn't take too much to get a nice high score. And the Amstrad elects for a high resolution or higher resolution mode 1 approach. So that's the 4-colour mode. The blacks, and we've got blues, red in there, and of course white. So that's the colour scheme adopted. Some nice pictures, actually. Just again, very similar themes like Tetris. Just put a bit of Russian daily life. Well, that's what's described in the blurb of the cover, anyway. Little scenes of Russian daily life. What's going on there? I mean, that's something spelt in Russian on that van. It looks like some sort of food wagon, and a little child there playing the mandolin. What is this woman doing? She's talking a lot. She's a big wide mouth, it seems, holding something or other. Some sort of kosh, maybe, to whack this geezer in the red jacket? I don't know. Someone's flying a kite. Oh no, the kite's actually attached to the top of the van. That's nice. So the graphics aren't much to sing about, but they are quite nicely drawn. Resolution's nice when it's done in mode 1, but the colour scheme, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I suppose red was probably the best colour scheme to choose. It's not too garish, and they do change. They randomise the pictures on the side there. But yeah, it's an interesting little spectacle. Is Welltris. I suppose it was average. It received an average reception for the time. There we go. I just thought I'd give you. Got the bonus piece. So with that bonus piece, I will bid you farewell. That's Welltris on the CPC. Thank you very much. And Novabug out!